Women are flipping out at men avoiding them at work.
So I used to work with all men, and people would always be like, oh, you must get hit on all the time if you work with all men. But what I had to explain was that actually in settings where it's like 70% men, 30% women, the women get hit on all the time. But in this case, I was literally the only woman on a 20-person team. And in those cases, the men just act like there are no women there and they ignore you. At least that's what I told myself. Sorry.
Men are just better off avoiding women in the workplace in today's society. If you can't, then limit any interaction with them. Better to be called sexist than rapist. Interaction limited to only professional discussion about work and nothing else is a surefire way of avoiding that you say something that can be taken out of context and land you jobless. Any meetings where there is one man and a woman should be recorded with both audio and visual. If that's not possible, then a third person should be present. Never be alone with a woman in the office. If you find that you are, then you make the effort and move somewhere else if you can. Otherwise, put up a do not disturb sign. If possible, keep all communication to recorded channels such as email. It's to protect you from a false allegation. Now, there are those who will say you shouldn't be an asshole, or that false allegations are rare, or even it's only people who would behave like that who feel the need to protect themselves. Each argument is a straw man meant to shame us into placing ourselves willingly into the fire. Don't fall for it. Think of the two guys at a conference who made a joke that had nothing to do with women and nothing to do with the woman who actually made the complaint, and they both lost their jobs. What about the men who lost their jobs because of false allegations, as well as their homes and families? Is it okay to sacrifice innocent men? It's right that men do what they can to protect themselves. Personally, I refuse to mentor women. Refuse to work with them. I won't be alone in a room with a woman. Not because I would do something, but because I have no idea what she might do or say I did later. If a woman asks for help and there's nobody else around, I'll refuse. Besides, she's strong and independent anyway. I'll refuse because it forces me to be alone with her. Again, I know what I'll do, but not what she'll do. If there's a dinner or business meeting and it's myself and a woman, I'll make sure that the company stumps up for another person to be there. If that's not going to happen, I'll reschedule the meeting to work time and hold it in the office where I can have a witness present. Women are no longer seen as safe prospects to mentor. Safer for men to gather together and exclude women from after-hours socialization. Where a man would previously offer to assist a woman, he will now carefully consider the optics before doing anything. The typical outcome is that one woman must help another. Where a man previously might have engaged in idle conversation or humor, now he thinks twice before ever speaking. Risk management is something most men excel at. Women are too risky a prospect to engage unless necessary. Nobody likes or supports those who sexually assault others. Some women are pigs, some men are swine. However, Me Too is a gun handed out without training to women to be used against men. Men and women cannot compete, and cannot fight directly in anything close to being a fair way. Men will always lose in the conflict. Why? Because the playing field favors women. If a man yells at a woman for doing something wrong, she tends to become emotional and starts crying. She then feels she is being harassed, not reprimanded. Any explanation is called mansplaining, not instruction, as a man would see it. So if the man wins and the woman cries, then the man is seen as a bully. If the man does nothing, he is seen as a wimp, without strength of character. Add in Me Too, where accusations are virtually all taken at face value. Men don't fight this way. They deal with conflict directly. This means Me Too is a back doorway to destroy the man. It is a loaded weapon. If a woman hates the man, wants a job promotion, wants attention, wants a pass from the scorn cheating would cause, wants to blackmail, or wants alimony, child support, or sympathy, all she has to do is claim sexual assault. No recourse can be made by the man against his accuser. Can be years later too. Any time a woman wants to destroy a man. In this environment, would any thinking man want to give a woman a weapon? Are you kidding? As the low-hanging fruit are plucked, movie stars, politicians, rich men, who do you think their next target will be? Let me give you a hint. Former allies, who feel women just cannot act in this way. Maybe not now, but if the economy sours, you bet they will. I don't think there is any behavior that is worse than false accusations. It is even written in the 10 Commandments. segregated workforce and body cams are in order. It is not men that change their behavior, but women. I truly don't understand the appeal of radical feminism. Don't women see any of the trajectories here? Do they really think falsely accusing men will make men more helpful and loving? No, it causes resentment, anger, suspicion, and fear. These are not qualities that you want to instill in 50% of the population, and fear leads to hate, because we hate what we fear. Unless women always tell the truth, which is ridiculous, especially when it comes to sexual assault, then maybe men will stop avoiding them at work. Most of the claims filed are lies, and most of the real ones aren't reported. Feminists, and stupid men, only admit the latter. So the idea of just believe her means female superiority, apartheid, and the end of due process for men, and it only gets worse from there. Any man with a clue right now is supposed to be weary around women, working with women, hiring women, and being alone with women. And then they'll blame men for what the feminists have done. Feminism made women into weak victims who think they're empowered, made the men effeminate or ostracized, and also made men dumb or paranoid. And the paranoia is beyond justified. I get emails from men that say they were harassed by women. I'm also a victim. Men just don't go crying to the teacher every time someone looks at them crooked. Women aren't empowered. They are weak, delusional, subsidized, entitled, and selfish, thanks to feminism. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.